Hey, Foot Clan. Today's show is brought to you by Fantasy Champs. Fantasy Champs offers some of the highest quality fantasy football trophies available. They take pride in every detail, from their custom fit packaging to laser engraving on high-quality, glossy metal placards. These are the best in the business. We're talking a gold fantasy football championship trophy. They have a crystal trophy.
Oh!
They have a Lombardi-style trophy, an armchair champions trophy. And that doesn't even speak to all the rings, belts, bundles that they have. Check them all out at fantasychamps.com. Use the promo code BALLERS.
Welcome to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast, coming to you from Draft.com Studios with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome. It's Wednesday, December 5th, 2018. 2019 just around the corner, Mike, based on my ability to count. 2018.
That's well done.
2000. Yep. Yeah, Brooks is here. How you doing, Brooks?
Excellent.
You ready to ring in the new year?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Neutral on New Year's. Brooks is neutral. Jay Grizz is back.
Hey, Bear.
Mike and I have got this thing. We've got this
You're
thing.
darn right we do.
No one can preview a Jacksonville, Tennessee game like Mike and I.
Oh, yes.
Right? I mean, that's our wheelhouse.
This reminds me of, I think it was 2 years ago now, we had this exact same matchup on a primetime slate, and no one cared.
Yeah.
Because
I thought you were going to say it reminds you of eating like bread without butter.
No,
like
because I'll do that. I mean, that's fine. That's good. Bread's good. Bread's always good.
So is this worse than that?
Yes, it certainly is. I guess the Jacksonville, they're 6-6, or I'm sorry, the Titans are 6-6, so they're still in the playoff hunt. But for the most part, this isn't a game that the country's very interested in, except for fantasy football players.
So we'll preview that on the show today. We have Mailbag, Pump the Brakes, catch you up on the latest news. I'm sure Mike will say some very interesting things about Mike Tomlin today. We'll get to that. I'm predicting that's coming. Jason's out again this morning, so we've got it on lockdown. Check out FootClanGiveaway.com. Win a signed DeAndre Hopkins jersey, Saquon Barkley jersey, Michael Thomas mini helmet. Head over there. Don't forget to vote for us, FootClanVote.com, for the iHeartRadio Podcast Awards.
Every day.
It's an honor to be nominated for the best sports podcast amongst some very cool other podcasts that we respect, some heavy hitters. Find us on Twitter at the FF Ballers. We're over on YouTube, youtube.com/thefantasyfootballers. And Jason's not here, so I'm going to lean on Brooks a little bit for this. It's Wednesday. Wednesday means O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Auto parts.
Ow!
Jason.
Wow.
Jason's got Brooks beat.
Brooks, that was incredibly bad.
I do what I can, guys.
The thing about Brooks is he's always here. He doesn't miss. Jay Grizz has never once manned the producer desk, nor could he, being a cardboard bear and all.
Doesn't have opposable thumbs.
No.
Or thumbs.
I imagine we would just come in here, we'd set him up over there, and Mike and I would record the show, or so we thought.
We would just do
and
the
we'd
show.
just be talking to no one, and then it'd be over, and we would think it was up, and we would think it's on YouTube, and we go about our day until we realized that nothing actually happened.
Yeah, then the timeline would be flooded. Where's the show?
We're like,
the bear. It's on the bear.
All right, pump the brakes with O'Reilly Auto Parts for today. Mike, who do you have as your pump the brakes candidate this week? This is playoff time.
Yeah, I'm pumping the brakes on Chris Carson, and to speak to his ranking currently, let me get it exactly. I have Chris Carson at running back 23, so he's still a playable guy, but pumping the brakes on my expectations for a guy that when he's played, I mean, he's been a pretty reliable fantasy guy, but he gets Minnesota. I don't like the matchup against the defense. The finger injury, he's going to play, but I mean,
you don't know what it's a variable.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a variable. If he gets hit and he gets dislocated again, re-injures, then you have this slight emergence of Rashad Penny looking capable, looking like the player that they drafted. So I'm just pumping the brakes on what I expect Chris Carson to do in my desire to lock him in as a running back too.
Matchup, the finger, Rashad Penny having the first game of his career where he actually looked better than Chris Carson.
Right.
No, I see the logic behind that. I struggled to isolate a New England Patriot for this segment. And again, this is pump the brakes. This doesn't mean you bench all of these players, but I'm pumping the brakes on these scary playoff Patriots. In part because I watched this.
The matchup is good.
The matchup is good. The matchup is good
against Miami.
All I mean is let's talk about a few players. One, Tom Brady in and of himself over the last few years has been a killer of fantasy football players in the playoffs. He
loves it.
Now, he's obviously not conscious of this world.
Oh, no. He loves it like he loves vegetables.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Burning down the fantasy player?
It's just part of the Patriots' allure.
Well, let me highlight a few things. When I was watching the Patriots game, we know this. We've known it for a long time, but Bill Belichick is not beholden to our expectations for his players. Devlin stole 2 touchdowns this past week after having 1 carry on the season.
I mean, come on. 1.
How does that feel as a Sony Michel owner?
1 is whatever.
Yeah.
2? Come on.
So let me ask you this, Mike. Do you know whether James Devlin is going to receive goal line carries in this game?
No.
Okay. So do you know whether Sony Michel is a great play or an okay play?
I think he's a good play.
Okay. James White seemed like the only offense. I mean, Josh Gordon was completely shut out in the first half, right? Rob Gronkowski has yet again been a not reliable tight end in the Patriot offense.
And real quick, shout out if you saw the video of we put a video up of me.
Oh
me
yeah, going down with the ship
with the Gronk boat. People asked, that was Baby Josh.
Yeah,
that was his work. So credit where credit is due. He finally did something good.
Yeah. And wait, when do you leave, Baby Josh?
Not soon enough.
Your internship's over in like a week. So
we expect one more great video.
That's right. That's right. I want you to get that baby brain churning.
But if you haven't seen it, go check it out
really
on our
good.
Twitter.
It's really good. But again, this is tempering the reliability that you have on these Patriots to give you something amazing. Now, Josh Gordon is a great player. And obviously he ended up with a touchdown in that game, but he was very rarely targeted. There were Mike and I were watching this game. How many times was he not on the field? I mean, there were piles of formations that were James White and Philip Dorsett-oriented formations.
The usage of Dorsett was strange. It almost seemed like the punishment that never came from weeks ago, he had just delayed it until the media was off of it.
And then let's just throw Rex Burkhead in the pot.
In Quinsuocha, as I.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
if you're familiar with Ace Ventura,
so it's a matter of, can I guarantee production from any of the Patriots? No, I can't. Do I still play them? We can look at our rankings and decide where we're playing guys over other players.
Yes.
But the matchup's good. But I would not be surprised if after this week we have some people bemoaning the Patriots in their lineup after they've been eliminated from the playoffs on behalf of them.
Yeah, so
or because of them.
Took a quick look here. I mean, Josh Gordon for the past, what do we got, 6-7 games is averaging mid 80% of snaps, and this past week against Minnesota, 65%.
Yeah.
So
Bill Belichick took the glove off, smack you across the face with it.
Well, this could just be part of the game plan. He felt like someone had an advantage. And it was James White.
Baby Josh, you can avoid having to make one more video for us if you can get the game plan from Bill Belichick before this week. And if we can mention it on the show, I know you're a Patriots fan. I know you're very small as a baby. You can sneak in there. You can get the game plan. All right? Let's get into the news. By the way, that was Pump the Brakes with O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day.
News and notes from around the league.
adding to the comedy of my elimination in our Dynasty League with my amazing team that, by the way, ended the year with the second most points scored in the league. I've mentioned that only 7,000 times. Adding to the humor of that, I have tried to solidify my roster over and over and over again with wide receivers in that league. Mike, you know this.
I do.
And then Sammy Watkins, you're out. I had Marvin Jones knocked out. This past week, lost a number of players. My last two remaining guys was DeSean Jackson, and then I had Ryan Switzer. DeSean Jackson now, according to ESPN Bucks reporter Jenna Lane, it's quite possible they hold him out the remainder of the season. And then Switzer took a concussion. He's in the concussion protocol.
I think that DeSean Jackson's time in Tampa Bay is coming to a close.
Yes. So he may be out the rest of the season. The James Conner news. Now, Mike Tomlin came out and wanted to thwart.
He was very strong.
Yeah, why don't you get into that?
So Mike Tomlin was very heavy-handed, assuring everyone, no, there is no ankle problem for James Conner. It is merely a contusion, and he will be fine. It is a minor injury. Oh, more testing is done. James Conner has an ankle sprain, and he's out this weekend. When that news broke yesterday, it got the sleeper alert that James Conner was going to be out. I had a very visceral reaction because I'm so sick of these coaches lying. And he wasn't just...
I believe you screamed liar. You screamed liar out into the universe.
It's...
Mike Tomlin. Look.
I will never understand it. This weird advantage you think you're getting by lying about it and being so angry about it. Yeah. Getting mad at people.
How dare you ask, you people who pay my salary?
Pro Football Doc on Twitter immediately was like, oh, that's an ankle sprain. And then Mike Tomlin's, no. Don't listen to television doctors. Oh, weird. They got it right.
So Tomlin said the Steelers' intention is to use the running back by committee. That means we're talking about Jaylen Samuels. That means we're talking about Stephen Ridley. And we've brought it up on the show this week. Jaylen Samuels is a running back and tight end in Yahoo leagues. Now, the reason is Jaylen Samuels tested with the tight ends at the NFL Combine. And so they have a running back tight end tag, and they came out yesterday, Yahoo Fantasy Sports did, and said he's had running back tight end eligibility all season, and they're not changing it. Yeah. So Jaylen Samuels, as far as I'm concerned, if you don't have Travis Kelce or Zach Ertz, I'm starting Jaylen Samuels above every other tight end, including Eric Ebron, Rob Gronkowski,
Kittle?
George Kittle. Yes. Yes, I am. I believe Kelce is in another stratosphere.
Yes.
I mean, if you look at him on pass-catching points on the year, he's like 8th.
I mean, he would be a beast wide receiver. I'm with you.
That's what I'm saying. All pass catchers, he's number 8 on the year.
I'm with you with Ertz and Kelce for sure.
I just think that when you get guaranteed production like that, I mean, Kittle can become beholden to Nick Mullins having a good game or something of that nature. Now, Kittle's great, but Jaylen Samuels is going to get guaranteed work.
So let's talk about the timeshare then. For Jaylen Samuels, are you projecting James Conner level work or
RB2, back end RB2 work? That's your expectation for Jaylen Samuels, at least mine. I expect him to be a better tight end than a running back for your team. Let's put it that way.
Now he's playing Oakland. They are on the road, but go back to the first part of that statement where I said they're playing Oakland.
Yeah, that part's nice. That part's real nice. The Raiders, speaking of Oakland, they've signed C.J. Anderson. I don't know why. I don't know why you sign an old veteran at the end of a season.
They got to get ready for next year's tank job.
Oh, gosh. Deontay Foreman, running back for the Texans, activated from the reserve PUP list. This is not important, in my opinion, if you own Deontay Foreman, nor do you go get Deontay Foreman. This is just kind of like a piece of sand in your eyeball if you're a Lamar Miller owner.
Yeah.
So A.J. Green on injured reserve, Greg Olsen on injured reserve. The Bills, this is a surprise, I guess. The Bills have waived wide receiver Kelvin Benjamin. If you needed somebody with a tight end designation, he'd be the one to look at.
Yeah.
But
hook that up, Yahoo.
So, I mean, Kelvin Benjamin is gone. Sayonara. I don't know where he'll land. I don't know if we care. He's not that good.
I don't think we do care.
No. But I guess you can Zay Jones, for whatever you want to say about Josh Allen, Zay Jones is receiving more than a quarter of his team's targets. There's only a handful of players in the league that do that.
Yep. No, it's not bad.
All right. Well,
that was strange news section today.
Yeah, I mean,
C.J. Anderson's throwing everything off there.
We're going to list Jaylen Samuels, by the way, in our rankings in both departments.
We are?
We are. Yeah.
What?
We are.
How are we going to do that?
Because he's already in both. So,
all right.
He'll be in our running backs and our tight ends. Because we need to
speak for yourself.
A lot of people play on Yahoo.
I get it.
But hopefully they just listened and got the assessment. Now, you would think twice if you had Gronk or Samuels. Are you playing which one?
I think I would play Gronk.
Okay. I would play.
Like I said.
I'm playing Samuels in quarterback, running back, tight end, and wideout this week. He's going to count 4X Jaylen Samuels.
Right.
We're going to get into the mailbag, answer some listener questions. I doubt Jay Grizz is going to help very much, but we'll throw a few questions to him. Before we do that, I want to thank 23andMe for sponsoring today's show now through December 25th. 23andMe DNA kits are on sale. You can give the gift of genetic discovery. You're always looking for an original gift. This one's pretty cool because if you sign up and get a DNA kit, you've got all your results. And then if you gift it, you guys can all share your results together. It can be a very fun family experience. With their 23andMe Ancestry Composition Report, you can explore where your DNA is from out of 150-plus regions worldwide. You can learn your role about gene. I was just telling Mike yesterday. I looked at my report, and I was looking at some of the health markers. And one of the things I'm more prone to by my genetic profile is like age-related macular degeneration. Mm-hmm. So down the line. And now I can go buy vitamins that kind of complement my eyes.
Right.
I mean, that kind of insight is pretty incredible. And, I've been a big fan. We've all had it done. Now through December 25th, get 30% off any 23andMe kit. Order your DNA kit at 23andme.com/footballers. That's the number 23andme.com/footballers. Again, that's 23andme.com/footballers.
Want to thank RXBAR for sponsoring today's show. RXBAR is a whole food protein bar that actually tastes delicious. You'd likely recognize RXBAR on the shelf. They're the ones who label the core ingredients on the
Brooks
front of the package.
He might have got them
We'll
all.
get to that. The 14 delicious flavor varieties, great seasonal flavors, whether you like sweet, savory, chocolate, fruit, there's definitely an RXBAR for you. There's no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, preservatives, fillers. They get you what you need. Throw it in your bag for a snack, plane, bike ride, whatever. Or then now check out the RX Nut Butter, which contains 9 grams of high-quality protein. Put it on fruit, rice cakes, pretzels, right out of the pouch, whatever, you name it. Our man Brooks. Every day Brooks is like, hey, guys. You guys,
I can't work right now.
I gotta down this blueberry RX bar. His favorite. He's always talking about it. For 25% off your first order of the bestseller variety pack, visit rxbar.com/footballers. Enter the promo code footballers at checkout. That's rxbar.com/footballers, and the promo code is footballers. You're going to get 25% off your first order of the bestseller variety pack, valid in the U.S. only and for a limited time.
This seems like something you would say, with someone that sponsors your show. But while you were talking about RX bars, I DM'd Brooks on Slack, and I asked him if they are seriously in the kitchen because I am so hungry right now. I did not eat breakfast. I've got that Rumble.
The Rumble tumbler.
Some.
Yeah, but of course.
Wait, you have some? They're yours?
I mean, I always do, is what I'm saying.
You know those
you
guys?
You didn't buy them with the company card, is what you're saying?
No, they're just guaranteed always going to be RX.
How many do you have
around me?
How many do you have?
I got a 12-pack, fresh.
Present, like in the studio?
Yes, sir.
So I can buy one off you. You can peddle them to me?
Yeah.
You've seen,
I want one.
The guy in the cities that got the trench coat.
That's
and then
him.
when they open it up and they just have watches.
Yeah.
That's Brooks, except it's blueberry protein bars.
But they're by prescription.
Of course.
All right, we're getting into the mailbag. I think it's going to be a Jay Grizz plus Mike situation. Let's go ahead and get into the mailbag.
Mailbag.
Mailbag roar.
Mike, I hope you're not offended. I gave Jay Grizz the close-up cam on that one.
Okay. All right.
Hope
Mike,
okay.
I know for a fact. I know Mike. He's pretty pissed right now.
Look, well, it's not just me who's mad. It's the people watching.
Yeah.
being deprived of my close-ups.
Yeah, because Mike got a haircut this past week. He's he's
sharp.
trim. He's looking as not indigent as he can look.
Look, people noticed that hat week was going on again.
Hat week was going on. Yeah. All right, let's jump into the mailbag. We're here to help you win this upcoming playoff week 14. I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Man, it's time.
It's time. Time to get it done. Send in your question, thefantasyfootballers.com. Click the submit a question button. You can dial our voicemail hotline. We've got some voicemail questions on the show today. That number is 302-464-TFFB. Wonder if Jason would call the hotline. I think we would be safe from whatever sickness he's dealing with if he called the hotline. Let's start with a voicemail question.
Bonjour, ballers. This is Matt from Canada. Just a quick question for you fellas. I have Brady and Gronk on my team. I also have Luck and Ebron. I was wondering which stack I should go with going into week 1 of the playoffs, or if I should just mix it up and go with one from each team. Love the show, guys. Your help.
That's a great question because I have Ebron one spot higher than Gronk this week. I don't want to be blinded by the name, and it's ironic you bring up Brady and Gronk in light of my pump the brakes today. Indianapolis is on the road against Houston. That is not as juicy of a matchup as the Miami matchup. Miami is a divisional game for New England. They traditionally, those can do some different special things. Where do you sit? Do you split those guys? I mean, would you go Brady, Ebron?
No,
or would you go Luck, Gronk?
The Texans, Colts. I mean, it's a divisional game as well.
Yes. They're both on the road
right.
for both of those offenses. I just think that maybe the matchup isn't as juicy as we think.
I would go with Andrew Luck, Eric Ebron.
Just double up on the
I would double up on the Colts. I mean, the matchup is brutal. Actually,
I'm with you. I'm with you because of the reliability and the doubt. This is a situation you can solve with the pump the brakes. It's not a matter. Look, he has this choice.
Yeah, and Eric Ebron will 100% get targets. Even in
16 last week,
a game where they were shut out. Yeah, it sucked if you played Andrew Luck, but Eric Ebron was still great for the tight end position. If Houston can be exploited anywhere, I think Eric Ebron should be able to take advantage. And but what I was going to say to monitor health of Andrew Luck's offensive line. I'm sure we'll have some more information on that when we preview their actual matchup. But they have some problems at the center position.
Yeah. I mean, they were shut out last week, which doesn't give you great confidence. But it was Jacksonville. All right, another voicemail question.
Hey, ballers. This is Jasper calling from Wisconsin. This is my first crack at the Foot Clan title, and I have the first round bye, but the other guy on the other side of the bracket is an undefeated juggernaut. So I was just curious if you guys had any inside information or strategies to kind of combat that situation. Any advice will be helpful. Thanks for all the great shows.
I do have my thoughts, and Mike can contribute as well. At this point in time, Mike and I both have the bye in our league of record. We're both 10-3. We're both the 1 and 2 seed on the other side of the bracket. The way I think about it, when I'm,
So what are you doing to take me down?
Yeah, I realized
I'm not undefeated, but I am a juggernaut.
I realized that I would be revealing my strategies that I would use against you. But like I said, I'm the 1 seed, Mike. You're the 2 seed, so I'll turn the question to you, 2 seed.
I'm going to play my best team.
Here's the thing. You have a bye week to play around with the waiver wire. I would be doing everything I could to make sure that I am hijacking not only the defense I want to play, but a defense that my opponent, the juggernaut opponent, might start in week 15 or 16. Maybe I don't know if you're going to play him next week or the week after. Take his options away. Every little advantage matters. And why not be granular with that decision-making right now? Even if you got kickers in your league, why not be granular about, we say maybe it doesn't matter, but you need to give yourself every single chance at any micro advantage against your opponent.
Yeah,
so
I
if
agree.
You want to steal his handcuffs?
Yeah, I don't think there's big things you can do at this point, but the moves I would personally make would be looking at the DSTs and the handcuffs. That's
sure.
I think that's your biggest haymaker you can throw.
And if you really feel like it's a massive gap between your team and this juggernaut, then maybe you're looking, we had the waiver show yesterday, maybe you're looking at names that have a lot higher upside than middle-of-the-road type of starts, right? This question comes in. It's a league ethics question. This is always something I like to get into because we want to cover the full gamut of fantasy questions on the show. Been in New York City. Hey, ballers. I love the show. I have James Conner, who is out for Sunday, and I plan on picking up Jaylen Samuels off of waivers. Of the teams that made the playoffs, I have first dibs on the waiver wire. Do you think it is fair for another team who did not make the playoffs to pick up Samuels just to screw me over? I need your support in case I have to throw a fit tomorrow. We have discussed this on the show.
Look, Ben, you will get no support here. There will be no one in your corner over here. Yes, they can screw you over. This is what fantasy football is. It's not always about winning. Sometimes it's about making sure other people are not winning because that's all you have left. And I would tip my cap and I would commend those in your league if they actually picked up Samuels just to throw some spite into your face.
Well, and you want your league to keep playing and to be active. I'm not a fan. If your opponent was openly recruiting your opponents.
Yeah, that's a little Bush League.
That's Bush League. That's the best way to describe it. But look, it's not screwing you over. It's signing the best available player.
Right.
That's the thing. You don't have a inherent birthright to Jaylen Samuels just because James Conner got hurt. You should have had him already.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, this question comes in off of Twitter. Gronk or Jared Cook? In absolute crisis mode, he says. He thinks the answer is Cook, as does my rankings. It has
what?
Yeah, I told you Gronk is 5 this week for me.
All right.
And Jared Cook is 4. Jaylen Samuels is 3. That's where I'm at.
All right, I would play Gronk, but I will say this. We are just giving our own personal advice. If you truly feel that the answer is Cook,
that's what you need to go
Then you
with.
should go with Cook.
You would not say it's outlandish to pick Cook, right?
No, not at all. But I have Gronk.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Justin in Bend, Oregon. Seriously, what do I do to get going into the playoffs? Or, sorry, what do I do going into the playoffs with Trey Boohoo?
Oh, no.
With Trey Burton. Only options in my league are Uzama, Ian Thomas. Not even Herndon is available. Do I just close my eyes and pray for anything?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be counting on much.
I would.
If Mitch Trubisky comes back, you should be happy because Chase Daniel and Trey Burton haven't been. I mean, Chase Daniel has a five read progression. Here's how it goes: Cohen.
Allen Robinson.
Yes, that's how he ends it. It does not involve Trey. And wait, number 6 is Adam Shaheen.
I think that Mitch Trubisky will be back this weekend. But with those options, I would roll with Trey Burton in my starting lineup this week. I don't mind the ad, though, of Ian Thomas to see if he can perform again with Greg Olsen being on IR.
Someone asked me about him this morning, and my response
Did you
was,
give him the whelp face?
It was close. I said he's in the, quote, maybe and, quote, shrug category of tight ends. Like, sure, pick him up. Do what you want.
Look, if you're in the situation where you're...
But we've done this with Ian Thomas.
We have, but this
Olsen was already out before.
Right, but this was also the best game of his young career. 5 for 46 this past week against Tampa.
No, this is the Matt Lacoste repeat channel. That's what that is. Matt Lacoste had his best game of his career last week. But who knows, really. Hayden Bruck off of Facebook, how do you guys strategize when the playoff format is 2 weeks per round? Yeah, we used to have this format many, many, many years ago. I'm guessing, based on that format, you probably only have 4 people in the playoffs, and you probably started last week. Either that or, maybe you only get 2.
Maybe.
I don't know. Do you strategize differently? Maybe. That's based on the results of the first week.
Sure.
If you got a big lead, maybe Trey Boohoo's not your option. I don't know. I think you can play conservative. You can go prevent defense, but the truth is you're just playing your best team every week.
Yeah,
letting the chips fall.
It's not changing for me.
This next question comes in off of Twitter. Cliff Lynch says, "Can I trust Jared Goff this week?
Jared Goff.
He's been subpar on the road. He's playing at night at Soldier Field. It does not give me much confidence." And Mike, what do you say about Jared Goff? I got him at 9 this week.
I've got him down at 10 now. I don't know. I don't know what your other options are. I mean, like
he's
9 and 10
struggling.
is still a 1.
Yeah, I mean, if I had,
let's play the name game.
You don't have a crazy ceiling with Jared Goff this week.
Let's play the
name game. You do have a low floor.
Jared Goff or another fellow who's been very disappointing, Matt Ryan at Green Bay.
Goff.
Jared Goff or Russell Wilson against Minnesota.
Goff.
Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson against Kansas City.
That one gets difficult. I will play Jared Goff.
So, sounds like, yes, you play Goff. Maybe you don't have confidence, but too bad at this point.
You're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This question comes in. It's another ethics question that starts with, "Hey, am I a horrible person?"
Oh, I like where this is going.
We're here to tell you whether you are or not. This is from Deborah. "A person in our league was inactive for the majority of the year, but I noticed that they had a matchup that affected me getting the number 1 seed. I may have texted him and coached him on what to do, and he won. Is this okay, or should I feel horrible?"
Oh, man. You just talked about
I said I wasn't a big fan of this.
Yes.
I think you should feel pretty horrible.
It's not against the rules.
It's not against the rules. Look, am I happy if I'm you? Probably. Am I feeling more horrible if my other league mates are throwing a fit? Yes. Would I have been happier if you had just somewhat casually posted in your Facebook group and tagged everybody and said, "Good luck this week in the
set your lineups appropriately.
Just good luck in the playoffs this week." No, it's a little bush league.
It is, but it's not against the rules.
Yeah, I mean, if you were selfless, you would have sent that text a long time ago and got this owner coached up.
Yeah, but I mean, you're playing to win the game.
You're fine with it? You suppressing your conscience, Mike? You flicking that little white angel off your shoulder?
Yeah, I'm with it. I mean, unless it's not against the rules, and you're.
Well, it could be against the rules depending on.
But how?
The coaching part.
What? But because it's unsolicited?
Yes, because if you're coaching and basically telling an inactive person who to play, that is tantamount to running another team. Hey, I need you to do this for me. Play these guys, do this thing. That's collusion.
I mean, I guess. I don't really see it as collusion because they could be wrong. I mean, you could have said, "Hey, do all this," and then it blows up in your face, and you're only mad and only feeling slightly bad because it worked. If it had not worked,
I feel like somehow this show has brought more gray area to this circumstance.
Look,
hey, let me poll. Let me poll the judge.
Okay.
Brooks, how do you feel about the whole situation? And please use more than 4 words.
I was hoping you didn't ask me. That's my first statement there.
Hold on. I was hoping you would. Okay, you more than 4.
How do you feel about it? Like if this happened in your league?
If I was the commish, I would consider it collusion. I really would.
That's where I am. I mean, you want to be above board. Let the chips fall.
So,
your point, Mike, about they could have been wrong, that point persists into he could have won without your coaching too.
Yeah, but,
right?
So let's say that this person but they sought out the advice. How is that not collusion?
If they sought out the advice, it's not collusion necessarily.
Why? It's almost the same exact thing the way I see it because it's helping out the team. It's me coming to you and saying, "Oh, dude."
But we do this all the time. In the
I see
studio,
that
you
if-
go, who should I play this week?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about it in the context of like how it affects me necessarily. I'm thinking about it about how it affects you. So if you say, hey, do I play Ian Thomas or Matt Lacoste? I'm not going like, you've opened up the door to me help you win.
Sure. I just think that when you start trying to put laws on rules on the intent of that person just having a conversation. I mean, they didn't make a trade. It was just a starting lineup.
This is why you have to have just overarching standards of conduct in a league.
That's
Yes.
what I was about to go to. I think I'd say it's not collusion.
Yeah,
There's
welcome-
no rule.
Welcome back, Brooks.
But if I'm not commish, I'm then thinking about that owner going forward.
Yeah, I
in my
agree with
league.
that. I agree with that. It's not like you're not going to lay down the hammer. There's nothing you can do about it. All I'm saying is you want a league that's just generally respecting the spirit of the game.
But this person was not respecting the game, so isn't that actually
That person
respecting the game more when you go to a dead owner and say, hey, man, let's get it together?
Not in playoff week 1. No. You let sleeping dogs lie in playoff week 1. That's what I would have done.
I'm with you. Good move.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm
You're not above it. You would do it.
I would do what I've done before, which is I might post a picture of a certain player in
That's
a Facebook
collusion.
group. No, it's awareness.
That's collusion. It's the
I
same
might run a
thing.
radio ad campaign in that person's local area. Yes. I might put up a billboard and just any passerby might see set your lineup. Brought to you by Andy. Yeah, I might try to be more passive.
Look,
Assuage my conscience.
I'm with it. If there is no rule against it and you're not doing a trade, then
I would
good.
be if you did it to me. If this situation, we're fighting for a playoff spot like in Dynasty League last week, and you texted my opponent and you told him all the good people to play against me, I would be mad. I would be mad.
Well, see,
and you wouldn't do it.
Then
Would you?
You should be mad because I, in fact, have a podcast where I tell people
Well, okay.
what I think are all the
But
best
let me ask
plays.
you, here's the truth. You wouldn't do it, would you?
Uh,
If my opponent, would you solicit? You go find him
But
and go,
here's
hey,
the thing.
hey, Joe, I need you to play these 5 guys against him so that I get a number 1 seed.
I don't know if I would or not.
Oh, I would be mad at you.
Yes. Yeah, I understand being upset about it.
Yeah, Mister. What'd you do that one time? You stole
Calvin
friggin'
yeah,
Johnson.
and then buried me. Karma got me.
Yeah. This is an old story. You're bringing up old wounds. Only one time did I want to not speak to Mike for the rest of my life. I spent like an entire day trying to trade for Calvin Johnson, getting his advice about my trade for Calvin Johnson, and then I went home to complete the trade.
Was not good
and
enough.
Mike traded for Calvin Johnson right in my face. I've never forgiven you. Never.
I accept.
Yeah, of course you did.
Didn't you win the title that year?
Yeah, you're darn right I did. And I'm going to win it this year. What is this show? All right, Instagram, Cubby Carson. What round could you see Cooper Kupp going in next year's redraft?
Ooh.
Is he a second-round pick? Third-round pick?
No, not coming off the ACL.
No?
No. But
Fourth round?
Fourth rounder.
Yeah, early fourth. Jabambe.
Oh!
Does Todd Gurley, who apparently I pronounce Gurley's name strangely. Do you notice this? With the Jim conversation yesterday, I've been told I pronounce Denver, D-I-N-V-E-R, Denver.
Denver?
Yeah, Denver.
Denver!
Denver!
You got the Jared Goff
Well,
voice.
you can see this is all related. Jim, Din, Gur. I have an eye problem,
Yes, you do.
right?
It's probably because
Age-related macular degeneration. My eye. I have an age-related.
Very nice.
Todd Gurley, does he play the rest of the fantasy playoffs? I have had people bring this up. They're thinking maybe, Mike, in Week 16, you're not going to play Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill when I play you.
I can't imagine they would rest him for 2 full games. You can't.
It would be stupid,
You
but
can't,
he could.
And then have a bye week? So you're saying that then Todd Gurley will have not played for almost an entire month, and then you're going to open up with the playoffs? I don't see that happening. Week 17, yeah, he'll be rested.
This is why Week 16 championships are the way to go.
Yes.
Right now, the Rams are 11-1. Is that correct? The Saints are 10-2. Yeah. I don't think they're benching
I don't
those
think
guys
I don't think so either.
And I don't think that's going to happen with Kansas City either, by the way. I think Kansas City, Pat Mahomes getting as many reps as possible in year one behind the center.
Right.
And their offense having to transition away from Kareem Hunt. Like, you need reps.
Yes, they do.
This one's from Facebook. Derek from Facebook. I've got a 2-quarterback league. 3-quarterback limit. I have Winston and Stafford and Carr. Do I drop Stafford at this point and hope the draft is in my favor next year, or keep him? This is a dynasty league. I was confused.
I was very, very confused.
I don't know why you drop him.
No. In a 2-quarterback.
I mean, yeah. Dynasty quarterbacks, I mean, picking one up next year.
If it's a 2-quarterback and you have the variable that is Jameis Winston.
I was going to say, you don't even know if Winston's the starter. You might not even know if Carr's the starter.
Yeah, you better hold on to Stafford. He's the only guy you know is going to have a job next year.
100%.
Then you petition to get rid of that 3 QB limit in a 2 QB league.
Yeah, for
That
Dynasty,
seems-
it's a little.
I get
it's
it.
a little strict.
It's strict, but I get it because you're kind of balancing the hoarding situation in a 2-quarterback dynasty league. So that people can, I mean, if you didn't have a limit and you're in a 2 QB dynasty, what teams have 5-6 guys? If they could.
If they could, but
Yeah.
then they're destroying their other positions.
I mean, I'm in a 1-quarterback. I got 2-3 quarterbacks. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So let's get into Thursday night.
Thursday Night Breakdown.
All right, that was the Thursday night breakdown between the Jacksonville Jaguars and Tennessee Titans. That's it for the show.
Well, don't forget to bring up, this is the rematch from Week 3. When the Titans won 9-6. All field goals. 255 total passing yards between the quarterbacks. Yeah, like I said, no one cares about this game.
Leonard Fournette owners care, Mike.
Except for fantasy football players.
So, fantasy football players, if you categorize players of relevance, you're probably talking Leonard Fournette, Deion Lewis, Corey Davis, Marcus Mariota.
Probably, but I don't know if people realize this. Derrick Henry outsnapped Deion Lewis last week.
Yeah, what did that equate to?
Less.
So Corey Davis and Marcus Mariota.
That you can't rely on Deion Lewis is what it came to.
This is a tough matchup. Over the last 6 weeks, the Jags defense has given up only 15 points on the ground to running backs. I don't think you play Lewis or Henry if you have any other option.
Agree.
At the wideout position, they've given up the 4th least, 24.4 points a game. Corey Davis has done enough over the last 4 weeks, I think, to trust him with Marcus Mariota.
I would.
But, again, you've got a Jalen Ramsey problem. You've got a team that just shut down T.Y. Hilton and company last week. So, am I excited? No. 9-6, all field goals last time. Not excited. Leonard Fournette, you can play.
Oh, man. And it's really hard. I'm struggling over here to find storylines because the Titans, they're shutting everything down except for they're not completely shutting down the wide receiver position, but in your playoffs, you're not going to start Dante Moncrief. I mean, we're past that. You can't take that risk.
Here's Corey Davis in 3 games against Jacksonville in his career. 2 for 34, 1 for 4, 0 for 0. So
yeah.
I mean,
but Corey Davis it's really been recent that the connection is coming on. I'm gonna play him with some level of confidence. Like right now, I have him at wide receiver 25. So that means I'm playing him over like Corey Davis or Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon?
Bro.
I think so.
Corey Davis or Doug Baldwin against Minnesota.
Baldwin.
All right. Corey Davis or let me get a good
As you
last
bring
one.
these up, I keep moving Corey Davis further down in my rankings.
Corey Davis or Larry Fitzgerald against Detroit.
I'll play Corey Davis there.
Okay. We found one.
Yeah, we did it. Look, that's it. Marcus Mariota, let's talk about this. 4 top 7 quarterback performances in the last 4 games he's finished, which is always nice. Jacksonville does give up fantasy points to the quarterback, or has. Last week they didn't. Andrew Luck. Marcus Mariota pulled a really good game out of a really bad game last week. So this week he's our consensus QB 22.
Yeah, so, I'm not interested in playing him versus Jacksonville.
No? All right. Jonnu Smith?
Like for example, I would rather stream Josh Allen against the New York Jets than play Marcus Mariota. I would rather play Cousins on the road in Seattle over Mariota. Trying to see if there's a real nasty one that I would rather do. Nah. I mean, that's about like Dak against Philadelphia. I would rather play him over Mariota.
You know what? I just realized this. Now, every year, twice a year, my kid's school does a concert.
Oh, yes, the school concert.
Now, listen, I'm going to break it down for you. Dad life in a nutshell. Mike, you understand this?
Very much.
Now, my children, my boys, one's a 4th grader and one's a 1st grader, okay? And
that's 2 shows.
You darn right
That's 2 separate shows.
Because what
they are not close enough.
What they've chosen to do at this illustrious establishment is they want to gather together every human in our vicinity, and they want to stuff them into a building, and then they do 2 concerts. They do kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, and then they do like 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and then they do another one after that. But now, and they're like an hour and a half each, okay?
Oh.
So you can do the math. Brooks, you can do the math, right? Baby Josh, maybe help him out. That's 3 hours of sitting, and your kid goes up there for like 2 seconds because it's kindergartners go up there, then seconders go up there.
It's not everyone the whole time?
No. So you watch all the kindergartners. You don't know any of them. Then you see your son. Then you watch all the 2nd graders. Then all the 3rd graders. Then you see your son again for the 4th graders. Now, I just realized something. This is tomorrow for me, okay? Which means, would I rather be watching Jacksonville, Tennessee, or being at this 3-hour concert? Now, I love my children, and I'm going to be there, and I may or may not have asked them if I had to go this morning. And
what a terrible dad. You asked?
I asked the older one whether I could leave at the halftime break.
No, you know what you deserve
so
now?
that him and his mom could go out for ice cream afterwards, because I got to bring the little girl home for sleep.
No, this is what you deserve.
He said no. He wants me there.
You deserve to not only be there in the front row. Actually, no, for this plan, you'll got to go 2nd row. But you also have to have the game on your mobile device with one earbud in.
Now, I've been to
enduring both of these travesties.
Now, if I could, I would. But the Wi-Fi situation in this building is not good. I've been to many concerts.
That's part of the problem. You got to use that cell service, so it's buffering every 3 seconds. You brought this on yourself.
This is my night. Tomorrow night, be thinking of me.
Imagine if it was Monday Night Football on top of it.
I might want whatever disease Jason has at this point in time. I'd rather be at home vomiting. That sounds like I'm a terrible father. It really, really does. My kids do not take my oldest boy does not take a lot of pride in the singing of Christmas song with a bunch of his peers. He always looks very, very unexcited, uninspired on stage. It's not one of his core strengths. I love him, and I'll happily go watch. But he's not excited.
Oh, man, this hole just continues to get deeper and deeper. I love it.
You want to spend 3 hours? You're telling me you're excited at these events?
No.
Are your kids excited?
And shout out to to the music teacher at my kid's school who had to cancel the winter program.
Oh, my gosh. Are you serious?
You're darn right I'm serious. I'm off the hook, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, my children are very disappointed.
Yeah, you didn't want to see him up there?
Totally.
Totally did. Okay.
Nah, my kids love the singing. So I love watching them. Hey, if you're gonna play daily this week at draft.com/ballers, maybe we'll see you tomorrow if the wives don't kill us.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.